Happy New Year, Summoners! Matthew from the Nintendo Treehouse here with some quick tips for the Fire Emblem Heroes game. The new year has found its way into the world of Asker as well. In Fire Emblem Heroes, people have been celebrating in the manner of Hoshido while learning about its culture. This year, among the heroes dressed for the occasion are the Asker trio of Alfonse, Sharena, and Anna. Although they don't quite understand the finer details of Hoshidan customs, they are all ready to learn, enjoy, and one of them maybe even turn a profit. Let's check out the skills for these New Year's units. First off, let's take a look at the next duo hero, a unit comprised of both Alfonse and Sharena in one unit. They are holding an imbued Koma, which is a traditional toy to play with on the new year. However, these two are also using it as a weapon. It gives them a +5 to all their stats except HP when their special is ready. This weapon also gives them a cooldown count of -1, and along with the help of Special Spiral, these siblings will almost always find themselves with their special ready to go. Speaking of their special attack, it's called Open the Future and boosts their damage by 50% of their defense and restores their HP by 25% of the damage dealt when it triggers. Also, with Close Counter as their A skill, they can counterattack at any distance, and Defense Resistance Oath gives them a +5 to both those stats when next to a friendly unit at the start of a turn. These skills all synergize well to make them a great enemy phase unit, with the goal being to have their special ready for the counterattack. Luckily, their dual skill grants a special cooldown count of -2 to themselves and other infantry units within 3 rows and 3 columns. If Alfonse and Sharena use their dual skill at the start of the map, they and other infantry allies can potentially have their specials ready before any of them even move. Once their special is active, Special Spiral can effectively keep their special permanently ready throughout the map. Their longtime commander Anna might be here to draw in customers for her latest money-making scheme off the battlefield. However, on the battlefield, she can support Alfonse and Sharena extremely well. She is an excellent support unit with a solid attack. Her weapon Fortune Bow might be mixing a few Hoshidan traditions. Other than potentially increasing her profit margins, this bow has inflict -5 on the defense and resistance of all foes that are next to another foe, and have 3 or less resistance than Anna. Her B skill Sabotage Attack also inflicts -7 on any foe that meets the same condition, so depending on the situation, every foe on the screen could potentially have 3 stats lowered. Her C skill, Attack Speed Gap, can support the ally with the highest sum of attack and speed by granting +5 to both of those stats. Finally, her support skill, Rally Defense Resistance, can help give an enemy phase unit a great boost in defense to brace for an attack. The New Year's Asker trio work quite well together, as Anna can weaken enemy stats while potentially strengthening Alfonse and Sharena's attack. She can also strengthen their defense and resistance if the conditions of their Oath skill aren't met to ready them for the enemy's approach. To round out the team, I would suggest using other infantry units with Special Spiral, like Lewin and Igren, to get the most out of Alfonse and Sharena's dual skill. I would suggest Quick Riposte for Alfonse and Sharena to make them an even better enemy phase unit, and either Speed Ploy or Panic Ploy on Anna to give her even more ways to weaken the enemy with her high resistance. Since Anna doesn't come with an A skill or a special, I might suggest Fury to further increase her resistance to trigger her skills and to help round out the rest of her stats, and Glacies to turn that high resistance into damage. In a nutshell, Alfonse and Sharena can protect Anna and other heroes as a strong enemy phase unit, while Anna can weaken enemies to help the siblings survive longer against the enemy assault. You can trigger their dual skill right away to give instant access to specials, or save it for when you find yourself in trouble. And it's great to see the Asker trio celebrating the new year, but don't forget that Leith and Selkie are also dressed up for the occasion and available to summon in this special hero summoning focus. Have a great New Year, Summoners, and good luck!